The man suffers a seizure and crashes his car, and help comes along at just the right time.
A 5-month-old girl dead tonight after a Christmas tree catches fire. We have the latest.
And it was a very busy day for air travel in San Antonio and across the nation for that matter. We'll show you the long lines at the airport.
But first, here's a look at your winning lotto numbers. They are 8, 20, 47, 51, 40, and 44. Your pick 3 numbers, 9, 4, and 8. Good luck. The Night Beat is next.
World News, Nightbeat.
Good evening, I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Leslie Mouton. Steve and Ursula have the night off. Tonight's big story, an incredible rescue on a lonely stretch of highway.
A man has a seizure while driving and ends up trapped in his burning car after a fiery crash. When you look at what's left of the car, you wonder how anyone survived. Officials at the scene just off Highway 87 tell us the man ran off the road for a quarter mile, the exhaust kicking up sparks and setting the car ablaze. Because of his medical condition, the victim couldn't move, so he needed help and fast.
An off-duty San Antonio police officer and a volunteer firefighter from San Hedwig stopped and pulled him out and got him off on the side of the road and notified us and the fire department. They came out.
The off-duty SAPD officer and the volunteer firefighters stayed with him until EMS arrived. Incredibly, the victim suffered just minor burns.
A deadly fire claims the life of a 5-month-old baby girl. A tragic blaze investigators tonight say was sparked when a child lit a dry Christmas tree with a cigarette lighter. The Night Beat's Bert Lozano spoke with the baby's family.
It was sad just to lose it right after Christmas.
Patricia Zambrano is in disbelief over the loss of her 5-month-old niece, Brittany Ann. The baby died in a tragic apartment fire just one day after celebrating her first Christmas.
We got her present. We got her some little booties, and she never got to wear them.
Police say the baby's mother was at the apartment at the time of the blaze. Investigators say it began when one of her children set a Christmas tree on fire with a cigarette lighter. The mother and neighbors could only save 2 of the children inside. Brittany Ann died of smoke inhalation.
It was just so hot in there, and with all the smoke and everything, they weren't able to get to the baby. The baby was right next to the Christmas tree.
Now the family is homeless, and so are Patricia and her husband, Carlos Gallegos. They all live together in the apartment that burned.
Didn't have nowhere to stay, so that's why we opened the doors to them, because, you know, it's holidays. And
Red Cross is helping the family tonight, but there are greater concerns. The family says they will have to raise money to pay for the expenses of a proper funeral for Brittany Ann. Tony?
What a sad story. Thanks, Bert. Other news, a man is attacked and stabbed by his own brother. It happened in the 1600 block of West French this afternoon. The 28-year-old victim tells police his 31-year-old brother tied him up with an extension cord, and when he tried to get away, his brother stabbed him 3 times in the back, once in the chest. He was able to run away before collapsing. Tonight, he's in critical condition. The suspect fled the scene. A woman is still clinging to life tonight. She was shot in the head by her husband. It happened last night on Vincent Road. Her estranged husband shot her, then took his own life. Police say it appears the husband got into the house by breaking down the back door.
You know, it could get below freezing again tonight. And while San Antonio natives are bundling up, fans in town for Saturday's Alamo Bowl are basking in what they call wonderful Alamo City weather. Our Moy Vasquez is downtown at the Riverwalk, and he joins us live.
Well, Leslie, out here on the South Bank, maybe you can hear some of the Iowa Hawkeye fans across the way at Dick's Last Resort. You know, we've been out here for a couple of hours, and we're not meteorologists like Steve Brown, but it feels cold, and it's been getting colder throughout the night. But as we've been talking to Red Raider and Hawkeye fans, what is cold and what feels like cold it depends entirely on where you come from. This easily qualifies as cold weather for San Antonio, but where the weather is really cold,
it started snowing, it's starting to get cold, like in the teens.
This is merely an early taste of spring.
It's suntan time, you know.
Break out our shorts,
I had a
sweatshirts
t-shirt on today. This is nice weather.
Woo! Tag! Even Red Raider fans from Lubbock say
it's colder than this. You need your jackets, your gloves, your scarf.
But don't these out-of-towners understand? Tonight we are under a freeze warning. We're bundled up, but yet you're with the vest, short sleeves.
You can go swimming in this weather.
Right now. Get out the bikini.
so the Chamber of Commerce can rest easy. It's not too cold to eat, to buy souvenirs, or even enjoy a carriage ride downtown.
Go Hawks! Come on and cheer, cheer, cheer.
And as fans tip their hats to salute the weather, they still give us locals a weird look.
The real cold in Iowa gets down to 25, 40 below, so see you guys in your jackets here. It's a little outrageous, for sure.
It's not that funny. It is cold. That's why we're wearing our jackets down here at the Riverwalk. But as one member of the Iowa Hawkeye Band said, the only signs of freezing he's seen downtown are what he sees inside the cup of his frozen margarita. Reporting live downtown from the Riverwalk, Maury Vasquez, KSAT 12 News.
One way to warm up. Thanks, Maury. Okay, how cold is it going to get tonight? Let's check in with Steve for Nightcast.
Maury's right. It's not funny. Right now, we have clear skies, 40 degrees. Let us crisper cold out there right now. We probably will drop below freezing tonight. That'll be the third time this week that it's done that. Down the road, it looks like immediately it's going to warm up, but long range, it's going to chill off again. We'll talk about that. Could be the coldest air mass of the season over the horizon coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Steve. Well, people are packing a whole lot of patience along with their bags this holiday. Now that Christmas is over, airports are bustling with travelers trying to get back home. As Bianca Valenzuela reports, crowded airports mean long lines and lots of waiting.
It's all systems go as travelers head home.
I did not expect it to be this heavy.
But getting there proved to be a long process. Just look at the lines.
The key is to come early and take your time and be relaxed, basically.
And that's what these travelers are choosing to do. A little patience is going a long, long way.
The people here, they're really, really nice, and they always wait. They'll let you ahead or something if you're going to miss your flight or something like that. They're really cool.
Most travelers have come to expect a lot of waiting, but this woman says it's new to her.
Well, I don't fly very often. Maybe once every 3 or 4 or 5 years. So I'm not used to being at the airport.
There were some lines that circled around in front of the counters. Baggage even had buckloads of people, but travelers insist it was no trouble.
We got our bags like 5 minutes after we came. It wasn't that bad.
Brenda Dutton also did some waiting, but for family.
I'm waiting for my daughter and her fiance who have just gotten here. Hi! This is my son, my soon-to-be son-in-law.
She says she's glad they're back in San Antonio. So what's next for them?
Actually, they're going to the Spurs game tonight. Yay! Woo!
And they got a pregame glimpse. They spotted Spurs player Malik Rose at the airport.
I was standing here with Malik Rose. He was waiting. Yeah, he was waiting for his relative or friend or whoever.
They thought it was pretty funny because no matter who you are, you still have to wait. Bianca Valenzuela, KSAT 12 News.
Busy at the airport, busy at the malls. It was a busy shopping day with some people returning yesterday's unwanted Christmas gifts and others looking for after Christmas sales and finding them. The malls were packed with shoppers. Take a look. Larger stores tell us they did well this shopping season, but smaller businesses like those mall kiosks say sales were down for them. There's always Valentine's Day to look forward to. We saw some stores already stocking the shelves with stuff for the lovers' holiday.
A busted light bulb started the fire in the Alamo Dome on Christmas Day. Investigators say it heated a plastic tarp covering a wooden floor, and that sparked the flames inside the storage area of the dome. No one was hurt in the fire, but damage is set at $100,000. The fire will not affect any events scheduled at the dome. A sad discovery today in North Texas. Divers found the body of a 6-year-old boy missing since the weekend at a state park near Fort Worth. Little Ira Clutter's body was pulled from a lake in Possum Kingdom State Park. He disappeared Saturday during a family hike. Investigators believe he was exploring when he fell in.
We see bin Laden again today, but certainly not in the flesh. A new videotape of Osama bin Laden released today by an Arab TV station. Now, in the tape, bin Laden says he's speaking 3 months after the September 11th attacks, which, if truthful, would put its recording sometime earlier this month. He calls the terrorism, quote, a blessed attack against the international infidels. That tape hit the airwaves today as U.S. Special Forces hit the ground in Tora Bora on 4-wheelers. They're scouring the hills and caves of the region looking for bin Laden and his al-Qaeda terrorists. And back in the U.S., investigators are still trying to figure out if there are terroristic ties behind Richard Reed. Reed is a guy who tried to detonate explosives in his shoes on a flight from Paris to Miami. The leader of the London mosque where Reed once worshipped says he does not believe Reed acted alone. It's possible Reed met Zacharias Moussaoui at that mosque. Both men worshiped there about the same time. Now, Moussaoui has already been charged with conspiracy in the September attacks. And today, some al-Qaeda members say they recognize Reed from one of bin Laden's terrorist training camps. But U.S. officials aren't sure whether to believe that.
President Bush will spend what's left of the year in Crawford, Texas. The first family celebrated Christmas at Camp David. They'll ring in the new year at their Texas ranch, but it'll be a working holiday, and he's expected to return to Washington by January 7th. One San Antonio mother has double the reason to be proud tonight. Two of her sons are hometown heroes. On the left, Daniel Quintana. He is an airman stationed at Laughlin Air Force Base in Del Rio. On the right, Second Lieutenant David Quintana Jr. He is stationed at Kirtland Air Force Base, that's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Both are Burbank High School graduates.
The Christmas gift-giving season has passed, but you can still give the gift of life to your fellow South Texans. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center needs 400 donations a day to keep pace with hospitals across the area. Donations are slow this time of year as people are out of town or tied up with family and friends, but you're urged to take an hour and make a donation.
A wildfire spreads in Australia, destroying dozens of homes, and it's moving closer to Sydney.
Plus, the mother thought she'd found a sympathetic stranger. Instead, that stranger allegedly kidnapped the girl from a bus station.
Hi, it's Greg Simmons. Coming up later in Big Board Sports, an NBA coach resigns, Tim Duncan has a career night, and the Spurs and the Mavs go to overtime. We've got the highlights coming up live later in sports.
And which NSYNC member wants to go to war, and which one would refuse? The story coming up in the Buzz.
This portion of KSAT 12 News is sponsored by Red McCombs Superior Pontiac.
Attention San Antonio. If you made a deal on a car, break it. If you left a deposit on a truck, take it back. San Antonio's largest auto dealer has too many 2001s. But before Saturday comes, everything goes at Red McCombs Toyota. Over $100 million in cars, trucks, and vans. Any reasonable offer must be accepted. Tundras, Sequoias, Highlanders, Echoes, even the all-new Camry. Through Saturday at Red McCombs Toyota. Any reasonable offer must be accepted.
Get wowed at Lax. 30% off all electronics and appliances, 40% off all furniture, 50% off all bedding, and you choose the financing. 6 months no payments or 6 months no interest.
Wow, you won't believe it's Lax.
It's very clear our love is here to stay.
The best gift this holiday? Coming home. And now Chrysler has a Home for the Holidays package that makes getting there easier. 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR financing on select Voyager and Town & Country minivans. Something Honda and Ford don't give you, so hurry in. Plus now, an extra $300 bonus.
We are rolling with 0% financing. Rolling right into an early Toyotathon here at Cavender Toyota.
0% continues on 4Runners, Corollas, Tundras, and Siennas. Shop over 300 new Toyotas. The reinvented 2002 Camry is just $17,790 or $219 a month. 2002 Corollas are just $199 a month.
We're on a roll with 0% and rolling into an early Toyotathon here at Cavender Toyota. Your #1 Toyota family, Loop 410 at Bandera.
I was born on the Llano, yeah. But I was raised here in this land. Make it loud, boys.
The all-new Dodge Ram Quad Cab with a full-size bed, 4 doors that open a full 85 degrees, and the largest brakes in its class. Available only at Truckville, your Texas Dodge dealer. Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Ram.
Right now at Lax. 6 months no payments or 6 months no interest. It's your choice.
Come celebrate. Wow.
You choose the credit plan and you save 30, 40, 50%. It's a store-wide sale.
It's not just Lax, it's wow, Lax.
Wildfires in the outback rage out of control tonight. They're the worst wildfires in dozens of years in Australia, and they now threaten the suburbs of Sydney. Fire has already charred more than 140 homes. Firefighters say they've got much more than they can handle. Fire crews are no longer trying to contain the fire. They're now simply concentrating on saving lives and property.
You've seen fire, now you'll see rain. Lots and lots of rain in Turkey, causing bridges to collapse and inundating towns in northwestern Turkey. It's believed at least one person has died in this flooding. 500 homes are reported to be inundated with water. Police are forced to use armored personnel carriers, and they're wearing diving suits to get around. A mother pleads for the safe return of her 16-month-old baby. Little Jasmine Anderson was allegedly taken from a Chicago bus terminal by someone the mother trusted was a good Samaritan. At least 100 detectives are on the case, along with the FBI.
It was 5 years ago today, and it still hasn't been solved. The murder of 6-year-old Jean-Benet Ramsey. On December 26, 1996, Jean-Benet was found dead in her parents' home in Boulder, Colorado. No arrests have been made in her death. Police say her parents are still under suspicion. Today, her grave is decorated with Christmas ornaments.
In the buzz tonight, The Lord of the Rings is the box office winner. The film made nearly $68 million over the 5-day holiday weekend. Ocean's 11 came in second place, and Jimmy Neutron came in third. Ticket sales for Lord of the Rings total more than $95 million since its release just last week.
Emmy-nominated star Nigel Hawthorne has died. 72-year-old Hawthorne, best known for his role in The Madness of King George, died of a heart attack at his home near London. He was nominated for Best Actor for his role in that movie in 1995. He was also knighted by the Queen 2 years ago.
He's a good dancer. Now Lance Bass of NSYNC says he'd be a good fighter, too. Bass says he'd love to be drafted. He says he's a good shot with a gun and could outsmart the enemy. You won't see bandmate JC fighting beside him, though. JC says war is against his Mennonite religion.
The lead singer for U2, Bono, receiving big honors, and not for his music. The European Voice has named him European of the Year. The award is for his campaign for debt relief in developing nations, and it comes with $4,500 to be donated to a charity of his choice.
What did you say earlier? Lettuce crisper cold?
Lettuce crisper cold.
That's a good description because it feels cold out there.
About 40 degrees out there. Keep your lettuce nice and crisp. Now up north, it's unbelievable. It's super cold, and the cold air is reacting with the Great Lakes, and they're getting busloads of snow right now across
I love
Michigan.
Texas.
Buffalo, huh?
Yeah, Buffalo and parts of Michigan, too. Outside here in town, we have 40 degrees right now, and the dew... Oh, sorry. I know. It's not funny. It's cold out there. Dew point is 31. I'm sorry. Wind is calm. We have clear skies. It is calm, and the pressure is steady. Our high temperature today made it to 60 degrees. 31 was a low this morning. It was a little bit below freezing. We're going to do that again tonight. We have clear skies. We have calm winds. We have ideal conditions for radiational cooling. And it's not a big deal here in South Texas to drop a little bit below freezing. If it drops down into the teens, then it would be a huge deal for us. Aquifer level down 0.2 of a foot at 685.2. And we had heavy counts on Mountain Cedar today and light counts on Mold. Now, clear skies across our state, so we have the kind of night that makes for radiational cooling. The Earth is radiating its heat madly back into space, and winds are light, so the cold settles in close to the ground. And if you get outside of the city now, up in Austin, already 33 degrees, and I'm sure we have pockets where it's just at the freezing mark or a little bit below out in parts of the hill country. Up north, you can see the cold air reacting with the Great Lakes, and it is producing all that snow up there. 18 at International Falls, 18 at Chicago, 19 at Cleveland. So we're kind of on the edge of this Arctic air mass down here in South Texas. Not too bad, and it will be warming up here. Now, the Great Lakes, because the fall was exceptionally warm, there's absolutely no ice on any of the Great Lakes. You take that relatively warm water, you put on top of it fresh Arctic air, a massive weather change in a great big hurry, and you get this, the result of what we call lake effect snow, and it is coming down to beat the band. Some of the snow belts that are favored in this kind of a pattern are in and around Buffalo. You've seen some of those pictures earlier. Out here in western Michigan, around Grand Rapids, we have some pictures there, and up through Muskegon and down through Kalamazoo, and it just keeps on snowing. and some of the snowfall amounts here have been very impressive. Buffalo's already had up to 2 feet of snow, about a foot here in the Grand Rapids area, but it's coming down at times of rates of up to 3 and 4 inches per hour. All right, let's go back to the maps here, show you what's going to happen for us. But first of all, we're going to warm up. We had this cold night tonight, high pressure right overhead. During the day tomorrow, winds will go into the south, milder air will come in from the south, and we'll have lots of sunshine. Temperatures should warm into the 60s tomorrow. Also on Friday, it's going to be quite warm here, but look at this, a polar front headed southward, much colder air behind it, and it looks like we'll get into some of that for Sunday and Monday. And there's already talk now of some possibility of frozen precipitation on Monday. That's a long way off, and it's a little bit too early to call. Frosty cold tonight, 30 for a low. Light winds, clear skies. Tomorrow, sunny and milder, 65 for a high. South winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So nice recovery after the cold start. These afternoons are beautiful. And yes, the northerners are right. It's great in the afternoon. You get to play golf, but the nights are chilly, and it's frosty cold during the morning hours. Expect that again tomorrow morning.
Our friend from Iowa was laughing at us, but he had a sweater on.
That's right.
You got a good point there. All right, what a game tonight.
Just circling Tim Duncan's numbers, 53 points, 15 of 15 from the free throw line. What free throw problem, right? Wow. 19 of 28 from the field tonight. A career night. All for nothing.
Yeah.
They had the game. What? Never mind. We could debate this until the night ended, but the Spurs lose in overtime. We've got the highlights. We'll show you how this game ended. But Tim Duncan, he carried this team tonight with a new career high. We'll show you how the game went down to the wire, and the Denver Nuggets need a new head coach next.
This portion of KSAT 12 News is sponsored by San Antonio Toyota dealers.
People everywhere are getting the message. Great year-end values and amazing selection. Your opportunities here. Toyotathon 02. Just announced. $1,500 in customer cash or 0% financing on 2002 4Runners. Toyota's #1 SUV. Now with $1,500 customer cash or 0% financing. But it must end soon. Toyotathon 02. Password value.
Bell's after Christmas sailing clearance. You won't believe the prices. Save 50% on a great selection of holiday and winter favorites. Fabulous coats, sweaters, and so much more.
It's a great big sale.
Store-wide savings going on now.
4 great car companies and one place to see them all. Ingram Park Auto Center. Don't drive all over town. Come see a huge selection of the vehicles you're looking for. Together at one convenient location. Take Loop 410, exit Calabria to Ingram Park Auto Center. We guarantee you'll leave smiling.
We're creating a sales event that's downright impressive. It's year-end clearance at your Texas Ford dealers. Outfitting the best-selling SUVs in Texas with huge year-end savings. Cash back up to $1,000. Or financing as low as 0% on the family-sized Expedition, the long-tall Texan Ford Excursion, and Texas' best Ford Explorer. Or test drive Escape. The year's almost over, so hurry. Catch year-end clearance now at your Texas Ford dealers.
I don't see anybody doing anything about it. Everybody just looking like you catch it.
Holy playoff rematch. The Spurs could have used Batman and Robin tonight to take on the Mavs in big board sports. The most colorful owner in the NBA, Mark Cuban, shaking hands with Spurs chairman Peter Holt before tonight's game here. They say money can't buy everything, but it certainly bought a pretty good NBA team. The first game since the controversial Western Conference semifinals. Michael Finley reemerged. Don't you know it? Finley was 1 for 17 in their final game against the Spurs in the playoffs. He was going for the throat tonight. From the outside, he had 28 tonight. Pop is furious. So Spurs respond. Steve Smith over the smaller Steve Nash here. And after that, Tim Duncan starts to carry this team on his back. Watching draw the foul off of Dirk Nowitzki here. Gets it to go and gets the Spurs within 1 at the half. They were down by as many as 8. Second half, Nowitzki takes advantage of the big mismatch here. He fouls out Tony Parker. Nowitzki with 26 here. Now, Tim Duncan going for a career night. Needed 46 to match his NBA best. He gets the basket and the foul that gives him 46 so far, tying his career high. Down by 3, just seconds to play. No fear. Terry Porter launches 3. Is good. We go to overtime, tied at 116. In the overtime, Tim Duncan picks up number 53 right there. A new career high, but the celebration is short-lived. 0.6 of a second left. Steve Nash hits the game-winning three-pointer, and that gives the Spurs their second straight loss at home. Take a look at the final in overtime, 126 to 123. The Spurs now drop to 20-6. Let's take you inside the Spurs locker room.
They're semi-reckless. They shoot it and do whatever they want from anywhere, and it's tough to play against that. But like last year in the playoff, I thought we did a great job of controlling that because we rebounded the ball and we got a couple of stops, and that's the difference in the game right there. We didn't get as many stops as we needed to.
The most recognizable owner in the NBA got his money's worth tonight, Mark Cuban in San Antonio. But unlike last year, Cuban has not gotten himself in much trouble this season. No fines so far, just a big win tonight.
Steve Nash hitting the big one. Guys you expected. I mean, Steve Nash is the Olympic hero. Timmy Hardaway's been doing it in this league for so many years. You know, and then on the other side, Timmy Duncan going for 50-plus. You know, superstars being superstars. And everybody else being amazing. It was huge.
Luckily, Steve had the ball in his hands the last to make the three, which was, you know, was great. And I'm happy that he made it, and I saw him get himself in rhythm. You know, he just got himself in rhythm and took the shot and stroked it.
Best game of the season so far. Only if the Spurs would have won. They get a chance of revenge against Milwaukee Saturday at 7. As reported to you at 5 today, Dan Issel is done as a head coach in Denver. The Nuggets announced tonight that Issel has agreed to a contract buyout and has resigned as a coach and the president of the NBA team. It comes after Issel served a 4-game suspension for shouting the racist remark to a fan. Following the Nuggets' loss, he'll be replaced by Mike Evans, who, by the way, was a Spurs guard at one time from 1979 to 1980. In the NBA tonight, here, let's see how Denver did with Evans. He lost there 94-91. Milwaukee by 10 over Atlanta. Elsewhere it included Utah with a win over Boston. Phoenix topping Houston tonight. That was in Houston. A couple more to show you. Charlotte downing Washington 99-93, and Indiana on top of Orlando. Now, the NBA has released its all-star balloting so far, and the way the voting is going now, only one Spur is going to make the team as a starter here. So let's get up there and vote. For the forwards right now, Tim Duncan is in the hunt. He would start if it ended today here, but he's still trailing. Look at that. Kevin Garnett by almost 100,000 votes. Shaquille O'Neal in the center balloting. Obviously, he would start. But look at David Robinson behind Vlade Divac still, and now by even more of a margin for you. And no guard so far. Steve Smith is the only eligible guard there for the Spurs. Kobe Bryant and Steve Francis will start at this point. Funeral services for the beautiful Harvey Martin are now set. The first Super Bowl MVP to die will be laid to rest this coming Saturday. Martin, who was a defensive end for Dallas, highlighted his 11-year NFL career by being named the co-MVP of the 1978 Super Bowl with teammate Randy White. Martin, who was only 51 years old, died Christmas Eve of pancreatic cancer. His funeral services will be held Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Hamilton Park United Methodist Church in Dallas.
This portion of KSAT 12 News is sponsored by GMC Trucks.
This year, our engineers deliver Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year, GMC Envoy, the agility of Yukon, and the power of Sierra. Now, see the pros at your greater San Antonio area GMC dealers by January 2nd.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KSAT 12.
At Park Place Pontiac GMC, San Antonio, we want you to know we're all about family. In fact, we are family at Park Place Pontiac GMC. We understand down payment, we understand monthly payment, we understand budgets, we understand all those things that are important to you as a family when it comes to buying a new or used car. So when you get ready to make your next purchase of a new or used car, please come and see our family at Park Place Pontiac GMC, located Highway 281 and 1604. We save you.
Foley's After Christmas sale is going on now. Save 50 to 66% store-wide and more. Plus, use your extra 15% off bonus coupons. Save 50 to 66% on all Christmas collections. Remember to bring your bonus coupons to save an extra 15%. Savings this great won't last long, so hurry into Foley's After Christmas sale.
The right choices make all the difference.
Foley's After Christmas sale and clearance.
So what do you think?
Feels pretty good.
What's that?
Oh.
How about now?
Oh, that feels great.
At Kia's Cashback Year-End event, it's amazing how up to $2,000 cash back will make you feel even better about a new car, especially ones backed by a 10-year warranty and loaded with features you want.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Visit your greater San Antonio Kia dealers through January 2nd.
She was one of the most well-known victims of the attack on America. TV commentator Barbara Olson.
She went down giving her life to America.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
See what's new on Inside Edition tonight at 10:35 after the Nightbeat.
There he goes.
There's going to be a penalty on George T because he's going to clock him.
All Cowboy fans remember is what happened last year when San Francisco came calling in Texas Stadium. Now they're back on Sunday.
You know, once you start heading out towards the middle of the field, it kind of triggered me a little bit to go get him.
No regrets. You'd do it all over again if you did the same thing?
Yeah, I don't have any regrets for any actions that I took last year.
Kickoff is at high noon. Now, if you got tickets to the Sylvania Alamo Bowl this Saturday, all is well despite the fire that hit the Alamo Dome on Christmas Day. Officials today were cleaning up from the holiday fire that produced more smoke than anything else. Fire officials estimate $100,000 in damage to the old Hemisphere Arena floor mostly, and they suspect a light bulb exploding that may have sparked the small blaze there. Nonetheless, things will go off without a hitch today. Both teams practice. The Hawkeyes over at Alamo Heights, Texas Tech preparing for Trinity. For the Red Raiders, this is their second straight bowl trip. For Iowa, this is their first since 1997.
We're back in the direction that we're going to be going to bowl games, hopefully on a more regular basis. And it'd be nice to set the tone this year that not only are we going to go, we're going to win those games when we get there.
They come off the ball hard, and they like to, get in your face, and they just kind of like to grind it out throughout the entire game. And, we face teams like that, so we're just going to be prepared for it. Coach McMackin's putting together a great game plan, and we're just going to execute the way we know how to execute.
It should be a barn burner. 2:30 Saturday, less than 200 seats left.
Too bad for Duncan tonight.
Boy, I tell you, he was depressed after the game, and well, he should be. That was a great effort. It
was. Thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back.
Attention truck and sport utility buyers. The blowout in Bernie continues.
Our recent special purchase means that Cavender Chevrolet has the largest selection of new 2001 model Chevy trucks and sport utilities in South Texas.
Beat the 2002 model price increases and cash in on some of the largest factory incentives of the year.
While other dealers are running out of 2001 models, you can select the vehicle of your choice from over 350 new Chevy trucks and sport utilities in stock.
The blowout in Bernie continues at Cavender Chevrolet.
I am a busy woman. I have 3 children and I'm married, so my time's limited. I'm a teacher and I sing with a big band. Walmart Supercenter is the place to go. I can get all my groceries, fresh produce. The meat department's great. Walmart Supercenter guarantees freshness, and that's a plus. My girls and I go up and down every aisle. We go to the electronics. We have a blast here. It's very convenient because it's a one-stop shop, and that means a lot to me because my time's valuable. I'm going to get the best prices, the best quality. Everything that I want is in this one store. I have fun here. It's just like being a kid again.
Over the river and through the woods.
Still have family waiting to see you this holiday? Well, before you see them, see us, your Jeep dealer, for a special Home for the Holidays package. 2-wheel drive Grand Cherokees with 0% financing and 7-year 100,000-mile powertrain protection. A package neither BMW nor Lexus give you. So see your Jeep dealer today. And don't keep the family waiting. Plus now an extra $300 bonus.
Imagine one day owning some of the finest quality home furnishings, and imagine one day the prices will be dramatically lower. It's happening during the John William Interiors final year-end clearance sale. Save on bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, tables, lamps, and accessories, some reduced to half price. Act now and enjoy 1-year interest-free financing and free local delivery. It's the final year-end clearance sale now through January 1st at John William Interiors. Come, discover the difference.
Today on clickonsa.com, keep your family safe this holiday season. Enter to win an auto safety kit from Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Just sign up on the home page today. Only on clickonsa.com.
Late breaking news, police are working a murder scene on the northwest side.
Details are sketchy right now. We know it was at a convenience store and the suspect fled. It was in the 7800 block of West Military. That is the northwest side. It is near Marbach and Calabria. All we know is there was a murder at the convenience store, and as we said, the suspect fled.
We have a crew on the scene. Look for details starting tomorrow morning at 5:30 and throughout the day. That's it for us. Have a good night.
See you.
This year, our engineers deliver Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year, GMC Envoy, the agility of Yukon, and the power of Sierra. Now, we the pros at your greater San Antonio area GMC dealers by January 2nd.
It's the Ross After Christmas Clearance. The hottest prices of the year. Save up to 75%. The Ross After Christmas Clearance. Better hurry before it's all gone.
It was the day that changed America. Now, first-hand accounts from people who were there. She was one of the most well-known victims of the attack on America. TV commentator Barbara Olson.
She went down giving her life to America.
Now, the Barbara Olson story.
I always think that she's going to walk in the door.
Then, their son was the town football star.
He was the son that you always dreamed of having.
After he was lost in the World Trade Center, see what the whole town came together to do. Plus, everyone saw the outside.
This just into our newsroom.
But what was going on inside the towers when the planes hit?
The debris covered everything.
I wanted to get out of here. Survival instinct definitely kicked in.
Moment by moment, what really went on.
If we don't get out of here, we're going to die.
Stunning stories, how they got out alive. Now, Inside Edition with Deborah Norville.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us. More than anything, it was the personal stories that have been the saddest, and today we look at some of the stories since September 11th. We've learned a lot about many of the people who were on board the planes that were hijacked that day. And one victim, Barbara Olson, was already well known to television viewers as a political commentator. But to one woman, Barbara Olson was just her beloved little sister.
That looks like Barbara.
Which one?
In the front, fingers in pocket, hair blowing. That's classic Barbara. That's her, smile and all.